and then you work within those rules. That is why custody court exists. Look at how fucking quiet
it would have just looked like it would have just been 10 times better for him anyway, because if she started doing some stupid shit and like threatening him to take away his time, well then she can't. She doesn't have that leverage anymore.
Like, you can't avoid it. Like, you need to hear this. Like, we're at that point where you need to hear this. However bad you thought the Charger shit was, I promise you it's about to, like, go Super Saiyan. It's about to get...
What did he do?
Oh, it gets so much worse.
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Oh, hold on. Okay. Well, I mean, you knew that was coming.
No, but I'm the one starting it.
I mean, it was inevitable. I don't know why you didn't start it sooner.
Because I didn't have the $2,500 to do as a retention fee.
Wait, but you bought a car. But you bought a Charger. Could you have started this instead of buying the Charger?
My fiance is the one that funded
bought a
the
car!
Charger.
Cool. Couldn't she have funded this instead? This seems a little more important than a Charger.
Well, this was an issue.
So I realized you missed like the first sentence. Do you still have me muted? But anyway, so I missed the first sentence there. But he comes into the chat. He comes into the Discord to say where he's been and tell us that he's got custody court coming up on Monday. And I was like, well, you knew that was coming. And he's like, yeah, but I'm the one that started it. And I was like, why didn't you start it sooner? He didn't have $2,500. I was like, but you bought a car.
You bought a car.
Yeah, so that's where I went.
You put a down payment on a car that costs like how much money?
Yeah, it's
how do you have $2,400?
It gets so much worse, dude. When you hear his finances, like my mind's blown. All right, here we go.
Until the ex started to threaten me.
No, it was the issue. No, stop. It was an issue from day one. I told you from day one. This not having the court intervene and do a custody battle, this we're gonna do custody on our own shit never fucking works. Ever. I told you that was a bad idea right from the beginning. You should have started custody battle day fucking one. That shit never works. It is unsustainable. All it's going to lead is you two fighting over who gets the kid more.
Yeah.
Or who's treating the kid this way, or who's that's all that ever leads to. If you're not with the kid's parent, if the two parents aren't together, you go to court immediately. So then there's no argument anymore. Now the court says, you get them this days, I get them this days. We have the rules set in stone, and it's punishable by law if we don't follow them. Done. That's it. And then you work within those rules. That is why custody court exists. Look at how fucking quiet he is.
It would have just looked it would have just been 10 times better for him anyway, because if she started doing some stupid shit and like threatening him to take away his time, well then she can't. She doesn't have that leverage anymore.
Yeah,
like,
all he did was give her leverage. All he did was give her leverage, but notice he just fell silent. And I'm at the point now, that's why I stopped it here. I'm at the point now where I've noticed he is non-responsive. This motherfucker's gone catatonic. And I have to be like, I'm going to need you to respond. Like, I have to force this conversation out of him. Like, you can't avoid it. Like, you need to hear this. Like, we're at that point where you need to hear this. Especially now that you're going to court. And the stuff I'm able to drag out of him from this point on, I'm going to warn you. If you thought the Charger shit was crazy, money-wise, however bad you thought the Charger shit was, I promise you it's about to, like, go Super Saiyan. It's about to get...
What did he do?
Oh, it gets so much worse. It gets so much worse. I have trouble holding it together when I hear his finances. Oh my god. All right, here we go. Get ready.
Oh.
So I tried to tell you that from day one, that you should have already started this. But anyway, what the hell was she arguing about? Yeah, I have to
make you
force a
decide to
question to
finally
make him
pull the trigger
respond.
on this thing.
Making empty threats in public, basically trying to make me look like I'm this horrible monster in public in front of people.
Okay,
on camera, making a
all right.
claim.
All right, cool. I was going to ask if it was on camera, but I don't.
Yes,
all right.
it's on dash cam.
Yeah, I start to
on
lose my
dash
patience
cam.
here. Does dash cam have audio?
Yes, it's recording. It records audio.
Okay, as long as dash cam records our audio. So that leads me to ask, just don't be vague. Don't be vague. Don't make an empty threats. What specifically did she say?
You might want to mute stream audio. From
Nope. I'm making him
As
come
long as
out
you're not
with it.
dropping an N-word, I don't care.
She was trying to say I sexually assaulted her in public.
SA, just use SA. But all right, so she's saying you SA'd her. How? How did you SA her? How is she claiming you SA'd her?
Apparently, I stuck my hand down her pants in public.
So she's claiming you stuck your hand down her pants
Yeah.
in public.
Mm-hmm.
So
Keep in mind, this all stemmed over $400 of child tax.
thank you, Waff.
Icy as a tart, apparently.
Bro, even the bot agrees. I can't believe it.
You use the R word.
But he,
Oh, dude.
I did not use the R word.
I'm sorry. No. Okay. So.
T word.
So apparently he said that she's claiming that they had an argument in front of his charger that his dash cam recorded with audio where she's claiming that he SA'd her by sticking his hand down her pants. So I guess he just from the way he's telling it, it sounds like she's claiming he just walked up to her and boop and just stuck his hand down there, just boop and just
No
for no reason,
made.
no provocation,
No.
just whoop. Let me.
Conversation was had.
I don't. Obviously that sounds crazy, but I don't have her side of the story. And as we all know, there's 3 sides to every story. I know most people say there's 2. That's incorrect. There's actually 3 sides to every story. There's his side, there's her side, and then there's the fucking truth. I'm just trying to find the truth at this point. I got his side. I'm sure her side's going to be way different. The truth is I should have, and I regret not doing it, but he probably wouldn't have done it anyway, or he probably couldn't have if it's part of a court case. I should have asked him to show that dash cam footage. I should have asked him to send it to me so I could watch it on stream. I would have wanted to watch that dash cam footage.
I don't think he would have let you watch it on stream, but you could have probably at least watched it.
Yeah,
Please
maybe.
don't watch that on stream. I'll let you watch it, but please don't watch it.
God, but the content, though. Yeah, I would have wanted to watch it on stream. I have a feeling that it didn't go
Just
down.
because you said you wouldn't watch it on stream doesn't mean you wouldn't talk about what you saw on stream.
I have a feeling that it wouldn't have gone down exactly the way he described it. I have a feeling like if we were to watch the footage, I have a feeling it would have been something like she was holding the kid or had her hands full and told him to stick his hand in her pocket to grab something and he went for something else, or maybe he misheard. Like, I have a feeling it was probably something like that and not some, oh, you just shoved your hand down my pants. That's a crazy thing to say in public. Like, I don't know. I'm also confused by the in public part. Does he mean that she's claiming he shoved his hand down her pants in public? Or did he mean she's making the allegation in public because it was recorded on the dash cam? I should have asked for more clarification, but he's throwing shit at me that's so crazy it's breaking my brain at the moment. Like, in the moment, you can see my brain begin to break. He is breaking my brain.
He's just... Oh, God.
All right. Yeah, all right. Well, let's continue
He
with the
hurts
brain
me.
break. Yeah, there's more. This gets worse. Here comes more brain break.
Credit.
Yeah, which is another reason why you go to custody court, because then you get
they used to call it
the
brain
judge
break,
will
like,
decide who gets to
pause.
claim the
It's
kid
not
on
not
taxes.
an actual brain break.
So that you don't fight over taxes. Yeah,
Taxes
this
are
is where
usually
he's
the thing
claiming
people fight over because
it's
of
over
child
the
tax.
child tax credit. Check it out. By the way, child tax credit, not $400. Did she tell you it was $400?
The
'Cause
total
it's-
tax credit that we got from Owen this year was 800, but we've been splitting it 50-50. So she got 400. I would have got 400.
Okay, then who the fuck is doing your taxes wrong? The federal child tax credit is $2,000. I know, I've got 2 kids.
Yeah. Welcome to H&R Block.
Why the fuck are you using H&R Block? Okay, all right. I didn't figure it out until later. I kind of start to put it together on the stream because he claims that like child tax credit wasn't $2,000,
Also,
and he was.
I'd like to say I am very young, and I have never. Well, I have one time, only once, used H&R Block, and I never did again.
I don't think it's H&R Block on this one. Because I started to piece together what I think might have happened. Because he's right, it's not $2,000. It's $2,000 this year. It got increased to $2,000 for 2024. So when I file my taxes for this year, I'll get even more money back. Last year, it was about $1,800. So I started putting 2 and 2 together because he got more than $800 back as child tax credit on his taxes. And he said they were splitting it in half. So it's over $400. So it sounds like she was trying to get $400 of his half of his child tax credit. I started to piece it together that it's already split in half. Both of them claimed the kid on their taxes, so they both got half the credit on their taxes. She already got half. She got $800, he got $800. They both got $800. That's $1,600 or $800 and some change. So it would have been about the child tax credit. So it sounds like, and he's not clear which one of them was trying to get the $400, whether it was her trying to get $400 from him or him trying to get $400 from her. But it sounds like they both got half, and then one of them tried to take half of the other one's half. I'm not sure which was which, though. And I didn't start putting it together until like after I went back and rewatched it. I start to put it together a little bit in the video, but I was so focused on, well, maybe H&R Block did his taxes wrong. But then I started to think about it, and I was like, no, I claim kids every year, and I've been audited, so I know what they look for and what this, like, I know the child tax credit very well. It's the specific thing I got audited for. I've been through court for the child tax credit. Like, I know what qualifies and what doesn't and how it works. So for him to try to tell me I'm wrong, first of all, was just pissing me off. Like, I'm trying to help you. You understand that, right? Like, I'm not yelling at you. I mean, I'm kind of yelling at you, but I'm doing it because I'm trying to help you. This isn't like a I'm wrong and I'm just trying to make you look bad on stream thing. It's I know what I'm talking about, and you're clearly not. So either you're trying to take a half that doesn't belong to you from your ex-girlfriend, or she's trying to take half that doesn't belong from her from you. He didn't specify which was which, but this isn't an H&R Block fucked him, I don't think. I think they did it right, but because the child was claimed by a second party, and they're claiming joint custody, and they're both claiming the child as a dependent, they're splitting the credit already. That's what I think. But anyway, you can see me start to piece shit together while I'm yelling at him.
Yeah, we're gonna go for a little bit longer with this one. Almost something like really juicy about to come up right here.
Oh yeah, it's coming. TurboTax that shit. But yeah, you could easily Google what the federal child tax credit is. It doesn't matter what state you're in. Before we go down that road, I had to shoot that down. The federal child tax credit is roughly $2,000. I think it might be $3,000 now. Actually, I got over $10,000 back this year, and over half of that was child tax credit. And I've got 2 kids. Yeah, like it's. Hold on. What'd you say?
I said I'm going to bed. Good night, Will.
Oh, you're not gonna react to
Night,
this?
sassy.
All right, hold on. It's God. Are you a Jedi? Is Waffle a Jedi? It's amazing that you bring this up, because later in this video you're watching, that specific issue comes up.
What?
That specific issue, and specifically you donating to it.
Oh my god.
Did you pre-watch this? Are you a Jedi?
I can't. I there's no way. There's no way. I don't know. I'm just.
All right. Well, strap in because we're getting there.
I'm just trying to, fuck. That was. Oh, that's fun.
All right. You ready? Because we're getting there.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's a lot more than $800.
This is.
I know that much.
It It just says maximum refundable amount currently capped at $1,600 per dependent.
God, I'm biting my tongue so hard right now because I knew it was around two grand. It might be 1,600, but it's not like a. To the best of my knowledge, or at least if you're using TurboTax, I don't know. I've never used H&R Blocks, but to the best of my knowledge, it's not like a fluctuating thing. It's a. I'm literally Googling it on my phone as I'm talking to him. That should make it higher, actually.
Bro,
I would imagine if it's Nightrear, if it's one of those things that's. Yeah, it is. For the 2024 tax year, child tax credit will be worth $2,000 per qualifying child, with $1,700 being potentially refundable through additional child tax credit. So actually, you could end up getting more. Oh, you're saying it was a good night. Gotcha.
And I actually got my tax thing.
Because I mean, I literally just Googled federal child tax credit, and that's.
And I've actually got my 2023 taxes right here because that's. Let me see.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I did put in 2024. Let me do 2023. Maybe it changed from last year. Let's see. It was $1,600 per dependent in 2022, increased to $1,800 per dependent in 2023, with another increase to $2,000 in 2024. Okay, so last year it was $1,800.
Yeah, because I'm looking right now. It says earned income credit for my EIC.
I'm losing my patience with it.
Child tax credit 803 this past year.
Yeah, so you got screwed on that then because it should have been $1,800. And to the best of my knowledge, because I use TurboTax, I don't use H&R Blocks. I'm not sure what the fuck they fucked up on, but I know that with TurboTax, it's not like a fluctuating thing like up to 18. No, it is a flat 1,800. Like you add your kid, you press add dependent, it adds 1,800 just immediately done. I add my second kid, another 1,800 immediately done. And that's legit. I pay extra for audit support with TurboTax. They offer 100% accuracy. Yes, I've been audited and everything checked out. So I do trust TurboTax. They've yet to do me wrong. So you guys are arguing over an amount that's half of the amount you should have got to begin with. But okay. Yeah, I think I'm starting to piece it together here.
I don't understand.
Half of half. Half of half would be 400. Yeah, and that's when it starts to click with me. Like, I'm wondering where the other half of that fucking child tax credit went. Like, did the H&R Block guy find a way to fucking pocket that shit? Like, because to the best of my knowledge, like, that's like it's a credit. It's a set thing. That's what credits are. This is worth this much. This is worth this much. It's not like a fluctuating thing. It's not like you've got half a child. I don't understand how it can
have an agreement with his wife to like siphon off more of the money to her.
No, it's like I didn't piece it together until later. Like what he's saying would be almost exactly half, because taxes is going to obviously take some of it. So like you get the credit, and then it tells you the refundable amount. So that's what he's actually getting back. And then you split that refundable amount in half. It'd be about $800 per person claiming the child. So if both people claim the child, I'm not sure if two people can claim a child. Like that's the part that was confusing me, because the specific thing I got audited on was because somebody else tried to claim my kids. But I think as long as no one's contesting it, or if both people can prove that they are, in custody of the child. So if you're sharing custody, you're both on the birth certificate, so you can both prove that it's your child. That might be allowed. I'm not sure in that case. Like I know in order to win my audit, I had to prove that it was my kid, and I'm guessing they probably went to the other person who tried to claim my child and asked them for proof that this is their kid, which they couldn't provide, and thus all of it went back to me. But I would guess that in the event where both people can prove that it's their child, and both people can prove that they're taking care of that child, so if they're splitting custody and they can both prove that they have the child X number of days and that they're both providing the kid with food and shelter in some form of, some capacity, then they both probably share that credit. So then it would be split in half. So it sounds like the credit was already split in half between him and his ex. And then again, he doesn't clarify which one of them is asking for half. I'm wondering if it's... it'll be revealed later in the conversation why I think it might be him asking her if it's half. Asking her for half of her half. So he's trying to get more money out of her. Like, I can't tell. If you do not file a joint return with your child's other parent, then only one of you can claim the child as a dependent. When both parents claim a child, the IRS will usually allow the claim for the parent that the child lived with the most during the year. Then I can't figure out why it's only $800 then.
Holy shit.
Like, if you're saying only one of them can claim the child. Like, I don't know. I've never been in that situation. Like, me and my wife... we live together. Like I've only had kids with her. I don't have any kids with anybody I'm not with. So I don't know what it's like when you're not filing like that and trying to, have somebody else claim the child that you're not filing jointly with. So I don't. But if you're saying only one, like that's what I thought. I thought like in this conversation, I even say it like I think only one person can claim the child. But then why is the credit only $800? I'm wondering if he's confused on something because he mentions earned income credit at 1.2, and I'm wondering if that's what he was looking at. And he's just trying to get his half of the child tax credit from her. Or maybe she's just lying to him. Maybe he's trying to get his half of the child tax credit from her, and she's saying, "I'm not giving you $800," and he's like, "No, I want half. I want $400." So it sounds like he's asking for half of half. Like maybe he got confused. Like I don't know. Like it's not clear. It's not clear. Because clearly she has custody of the child right now. Like that child definitely spends more time with her than him. And after all the stuff he's told me, that's probably for the best. But I'll let it keep going so Waffle can hear why we come to that conclusion. All right, Waffle, here we go. Be less. Oh, that doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, I'm just Googling on my phone. Everything I'm reading shows that it is a flat credit. There's no fluctuation here. I mean, I see the requirements to get the credit. Yeah. Basically, the person who... The only way I can see that this could happen, and I'm not even sure how you guys would be allowed to do that. What's up, Max, by the way? I see your messages. I'm talking to Icy here. It literally won't play my stream. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm looking for another place to stream, to be honest. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, while I'm taking a break here, I get up to go grab something. Yeah, I'm confused about his. I would have to see his tax paperwork. Okay. All right. To find out like how he came to that $800. The only way I can think that would happen, because 800 is about half of the child tax credit. Yeah, I start kind of putting it together here. Did you both try to claim that child as a dependent? I don't even.
Before she ever got her W-2 in.
That shouldn't be possible, though. Two people filing the same child as a dependent. Yeah, I don't think that could happen. Who aren't married should have triggered an audit. That's the reason I got audited. Which Ryu is saying the same thing. Somebody else claimed my children before we were able to file taxes. Someone completely fucking random. No one we know. It was just someone trying to commit fraud. And I had to basically prove that my children were mine. Because they not only claimed my children, they claimed every possible credit for a child possible. Which makes no sense because one child shouldn't qualify for every credit possible. That's impossible to do because there's different credits for different age groups of children. So they had claimed my child. They wanted to claim the child tax credit. Then they wanted to claim college tuition credit. Then they wanted to claim like all this stuff. I'm like, so which is it? Is like, do I have a 5-year-old or are they in college? Like, what are we claiming here? Yeah, so I basically had to prove that was fraudulent, which I did, and then yeah.
Okay, here.
No, they wouldn't tell me who it was. It was someone completely random.
Deal with the tax stuff. If a taxpayer received $800 tax credit, child tax credit, they would be refunded and a $1,200 additional tax credit. However, if the taxable income was not over the maximum refund amount, you only get what was actually taxed on the income credit.
So what he said there makes no sense.
That was gibberish.
Yeah, what he says there, it shows that he doesn't understand it. Because if what he's saying is true, and we get to that later in the conversation, he should have gotten way more than 800. Like, he should have gotten the maximum tax credit. So he was basically saying that he didn't, which, no, I never found out who it was, like Ryu. It was some random person. The IRS, like, confirmed to me that they flagged it as fraudulent, which is why they were auditing me to just double check that I'm the right person to get it. They kind of suspected the other one was fraudulent, but I get audited. I think the other person got audited too, so I hope they went to jail. But anyway, but they never follow up with me. Like, they wouldn't release the name or tell me who it was. So it was definitely someone who didn't know the age of my child, because they didn't know whether to claim, daycare. Like, they claimed the daycare tax credit, like tax credit for daycare and shit, and claim tax credit for college. And I'm like, okay, so I guess my 5-year-old is in daycare at her college. So I guess that's what they're claiming. But what he said there makes no sense, because he's trying to say that he didn't earn enough money to get the credit. And that's the opposite. Right, that's the opposite. The less money you make, the more of a credit you should get. He is right. There is a cutoff that after a certain point, the credit starts to go down. It gives you less of a credit the more money you make. So after, like, I think it's $40,000 or $50,000 a year, you no longer get the full amount. You start to get less and less for each tax bracket you go into. So you would have to be in a higher tax bracket to get a lower credit. He's definitely not at that range. And when he starts going into how much he actually makes, then it becomes very clear that something's off. It sounds like if I had to guess, it sounds like she claimed the child. So she got the tax credit, and he's trying to get half from her. And she lied to him about how much the credit was, because he's too dumb to Google something. So she told him the tax credit was $800, and then they were arguing over the $400 he wanted to get from her. I'm guessing that's how that went down, because he is pretty convinced that the child tax credit is $800, which it most certainly is not. So I'm not sure how he got that 800 number. 800 may have been the earned income credit that H&R Block got him for his income. Maybe he got $800 of earned income credit, and he's just confused. I'm not sure. Like, I'll let you listen to it and see if you could help me fucking decipher this shit. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Well, I only earned basically enough for $800 to actually be taxed for the earnings credit, for the child tax credit.
Oh, hold on. I thought you made... Yeah, my brain's starting to break again. What'd you make last year? I'm getting ready to pause it.
I think you're about to explain it in here.
Get ready for this.
You made $8,000 last year? The whole year? That's all you made?
Yep.
How the fuck are you not homeless?
I'm just pausing for your reaction now.
He made what?
$8,000.
Dude,
for the entire year. And that's the year he bought a Charger.
How did they let him get that loan? There's no way. He's lying.
I don't think he's
lying.
Nope. I
actually think he's lying.
I don't think he's lying. First of all, if you've got good credit, it sounds like his credit score may have been good from before he started getting these shit jobs or lost his jobs or whatever. You can get good credit just making minimum payments. So if he has a credit card and his minimum payment is $20, as long as he finds a way to come up with $20 a month, his credit is going to show that he has good credit, and it's going to show that he pays his bill on time, he's never late, and he's never missed a payment. So as far as the bank is concerned, he's a reliable person to loan money to, according to his credit. But he goes into how he was able to pay for it in a moment, which sounds even worse than the $8,000 he makes all year. If you can believe it gets worse.
How? Hold on. What is his job? Do you know?
Last I checked, I don't know what his job is right now. The last job I remember him saying he worked was a security job, where he was doing third shift security at a mall. Just he was the fucking rent-a-cop car that just did laps around the mall all night. But I don't know if he's still doing that. You can't file if you make under a certain amount, right? No, like you file. Okay, if you make under a certain amount, I think it's $20,000. If you make under that amount, you're basically considered untaxable. You still have to file taxes, but the government's going to give you back 100% of the taxes they took from you because you don't make enough money to pay taxes, basically. So that tax money they took from you becomes part of your income, and they send it back to you so that you can make more than $20,000 that year. And I think 20 is the cutoff. Don't quote me, but it's something low. But yeah, once you are right, under a certain amount, the government will basically just give you pity and say, nah, we're not taxing you. This feels criminal to tax you. You don't make enough money. We'll give it back. And then that's what they do. They give it back. But you do still have to file. And it sounds like that's what happened here. He filed. They gave him back 100% of his taxes. They probably gave him back more than 100%. Sounds like the H&R Block guy got him the earned income credit. Like, tried to get him all the credits they could possibly get him for the little amount of money he made. But when he starts explaining how he pays for everything and how he's not homeless, which is going to be in the next breath here, it gets somehow more depressing than only making $8,000 a year. And this is what I really want Waffle's reaction on to see what you think of this. Are you ready?
No, I'm not.
Let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you're ready, because here he comes. All right.
My fiance is a very, very generous person right now.
Why aren't you claiming her?
Because her parents claim her because she lives with them.
Why aren't you claiming her as income? She's supporting you. Why aren't you claiming her as income? You know you can do that, right?
No, I was not aware of that.
My wife used to do that with her ex-husband because before they got married, he paid most everything, but he couldn't claim her as a dependent because her parents claimed her. All he has to do is write a letter saying that he gifts her basically a contract X amount of money per month as income. That he is just basically donating money to her every month as income. And he doesn't have to give a reason. Anybody can donate to you, just like anybody can donate to your fucking Twitch stream. Here's where you come in. That's income. Donations are income. She's donating that money to you every month.
Yeah, I did not know that.
I mean, if you really wanted paperwork to back it up, you could have just got her to donate all of the money to you through your Twitch stream and then use that to pay bills. So then you have a paper trail to back it up. If you really wanted to, not have to worry about it. Yeah. Just, that's what I don't get, is why didn't you just do that? Like, you can get her to make one mass donation every month to you on your Twitch channel. As long as you stream one day a month on Twitch, it shows you're an active channel. You only got to stream once every 30 days. So stream for one day, have her donate during that stream, and then you can show the court that, hey, I make this much money every month streaming on Twitch. The court doesn't have to know. The court, first of all, Twitch isn't going to say that all that money came from one donator. Twitch is an actual job. It's a real job that the government recognizes. So as far as they're concerned, you're just getting a lot of donations from a lot of different people every month, and it adds up to be roughly that same amount every month, that you've got a loyal audience. They don't know it's all coming from one person if you do it through Twitch. So do it through Twitch. Like, there's so many easy ways to avoid the situation he's in. Especially if his girl is, and his girl is flat out fucking supporting him, man. That girl has an infinite amount of patience. God. Like, she's putting up with She's putting up with it. It must be. Yeah, God, yeah, you know what? Icy, I'm gonna give you credit where credit's due. You must be a fucking sex god, because this woman's putting up with a lot. This woman's putting up with a fucking like baby mama. She's got baby mama drama she got to put up with. She's supporting you and paying for all your stuff and buying you a charger. Like, my God, you are just props to you, Icy. You are laying the pipe right.
Chose a fucking charger. Oh, why?
God, you must be laying the pipe right. I mean, Icy must be. He doing something right. Just, if it's a sex thing, he's doing something right. God, I hope it's not a furry thing. Oh, and I think she bought his first. I think she bought his fursuit too. The $2,000 fursuit he's got that he was showing off earlier in the year. Yeah, I think she bought that too. She had to have.
Did he show that off?
He did. He did.
Was it in the Discord?
I can't remember if he did it on Discord or live on his stream, and I may have streamed his stream, but yeah.
I swear to God, I don't remember that.
Oh no, not an iPhone charger, not a Samsung charger, a Dodge charger. The car. She bought him a car. I'm sorry, I should have clarified. My bad, chat. She bought him a car.
A Dodge Charger.
And
What year was it? Did he say?
Brand new.
2024 Dodge Charger?
Well, 2022 or 2023 because he bought it last year. I think like new cars are considered 1 year behind, I think, or something. I don't know. But yeah, brand new, off the lot. And he also has a $2,000 fursuit that they wore to a con that she had to have bought that for him. Because if he only made $8,000 last year, you really expect me to believe $2,000 of it went to a fursuit? I mean, maybe, but that would be dumb. That would be somehow dumber than letting her buy it. If you only made $8,000 and you spent a quarter of your yearly income on a fursuit, that's going to look bad on paper. God, I hope you're not taking that to the court. Jesus.
Oh yeah, I found it where me and fucking Fox were dogging on him about his fucking fursuit because he was talking about it and we were fucking just dogging on him the whole time. I got Fox in there just because he was a furry, so I had backup.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, it was a $2,000 fursuit. Yeah.
You can't say I'm anti-furry because the one fucking arguing with Icy is also a furry.
Jesus. But yeah, it's about to. I have at this point in the conversation, sugar mama. Oh, he's got a sugar mama. That is definitely what that fiance is.
What?
That is he don't have a fiance. Ryu is 100% right. Chat's right. He doesn't have a fiance. He's got a sugar mama. Icy got himself a sugar mama. Fuck, I need one of those. Listen, if there are any ladies out there looking for a sexy streamer to support, yes, I have a wife. Yes, I have 2 children. But don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I'll gladly take your money, and I'll dick you down. Oh, I will dick you down. I'll do everything. I eat ass. If you're paying all my bills, yeah, I'll eat ass. But you got to pay all the bills, not just some. And I want a charger.
I want a charger.
I want a charger. No, fuck a charger. I want a Bugatti. I want a Bugatti.
Check your DMs real quick, bro.
Oh, is this the DM? Fuck me. All right.
That's basically where I was like, you just cap.
Oh, this is where you got mad and you say, okay, one.
This is after he.
Yeah. One, you put it in public, so that's on you. DMs are a thing. 2, Fox is a furry too, and the only reason I said anything, since I know someone else is going to read this, he deleted most of the message. 3, it's totally not a sex thing. It actually isn't a sex thing. Cope! He's coping. At least not for me and most furries. Okay, now you're coping. It may not be a sex thing for you, but most furries, okay, now you're coping. Spoiler alert, for most furries, it's a sex thing. I would say the ones it's not a sex thing for are definitely the minority. It's fine for you to admit it's not a sex thing for you, but let's not pretend like furries don't have a reputation for a reason. Okay, let's not try to pretend that doesn't exist. That's ridiculous. Oh, all right.
And here's the thing. I never said anything bad about the fursuit, even though I think it's ass.
It's $2,000. It's $2,000 worth of ass, man.
Yeah, they don't look good unless they're like, ooh, they're like 7,000.
That is a ridiculously expensive sex hobby. Yeah, that hobby's way too expensive not to be a sex thing. No one's paying.
I got interested one time and looked into it.
Yeah, I know. Foxes told me how expensive they can get, and I'm like, nobody's spending that much money for a hobby. It's a sex thing. If you're investing that much money, you're in it, brother. There was more?
There was more.
God.
I'm gonna send more. Oh, that's what he said right after. That's everything right after that.
Jesus Christ. Okay. All right, I'm not entertaining your wrong stigma about furries. He's not wrong. That reputation exists for a reason. There's a reason why you have to search furries with safe search on. Okay? All right? Stop the cope. Believe whatever the fuck you want. But for most furries, for some furries, or a minority of furries, it isn't sexual. Yeah, for most it's sexual. God, you make this so easy. He does. He really does. No, it just gets fucking old of repeating my side of shit. It's because your side's wrong. It's not because you're repeating your side. It's because you're fucking wrong. You're coping. If you would just be like, hey, I understand that for a lot of them it is. For most of them it's probably a sex thing. I'm one of the few that it isn't. If you would just be honest, people would stop giving you shit. Icy, just stop the cope. If you're watching my stream right now, or you watch this VOD, stop the cope. We all know it's a sex thing. For the majority of furries, it is a fucking sex thing. That stigma, that reputation, didn't come from fucking nowhere. It exists for a reason. There are multiple YouTubers, multiple videos of people who've gone to fur cons and just interviewed random furries. 8 out of 10 of them admit they're there to get laid. They're there for a sex thing. 8 out of 10 of them will admit it's a sex thing for them. 2 out of those 10 maybe don't. In fact, you can look at their fursuits there, and most of them look sexual. I'm talking like massive tits and like fucking Kim Kardashian asses attached to these fucking things. I will believe that for you personally it's not a sex thing, but stop pretending that that's the majority. You're not the majority. You're the minority. You're one of the few furries that it isn't. Or as my wife would say, you're one of the good ones. Okay? So, like, just, if you would stop the cope, it's because everybody knows what you're saying is absolutely ridiculous, and it deserves mockery. What you're saying is so ridiculous, it deserves mockery. We're mocking it because it's ridiculous. If you just say the truth, like Fox does. Fox is also a furry who says it's not a sex thing for him. I believe Fox. Fox also will admit that, yeah, it's a sex thing for most of them. I get it.
Fox admits the sex thing for him. I don't know what you mean.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's a sex thing for Fox too then.
Feet banger! What do you mean? You don't remember?
I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, man.
That's a fucking furry porn game. It's his only game on Steam.
Okay. I was... Okay, well, there you go. Even the one other furry, I thought I could get to go to bat for you. It's a sex thing for him too. So I'm sorry, Icy. This just supports my case. You're the minority.
That's why I'm like, I don't understand. We have proof right here.
It's fine if it's not a sex thing for you. Just stop pretending like it's not a sex thing for most furries. We clown on it because you get so mad about it. Because you get so mad about something you're obviously so wrong about is what makes it funny. That's what makes it funny. That's what makes it funny. It's funny because you're mad about something that's 100% right. It's just like we laugh at Trump supporters that are 100% sure Trump is still the president right now. They're so wrong, it's funny. That's what makes it funny. You're so wrong about the furries not being a sex thing, it's funny watching you try to defend it and say it's not. That's what you look like right now. You're like the furry version of a Trump supporter. It's crazy. Stop it. Just stop it. Just admit it's a sex thing, but you're one of the ones that doesn't do it for sex. Also, maybe try doing it for sex. Looks super fun. If I had a fursuit, I would definitely fuck in it. Just so we're clear, I'm not against it being a sex thing. I'm just not willing to pay thousands of dollars to fuck in a fursuit and get sweaty balls. But I can see why some people would. It kind of looks fun. Oh, okay. Sorry, that rant's
Can I
out.
say this? This is just I'm just not holding back anymore. His
Neither am I.
fucking persona is the most basic bitch ass
Oh,
persona
it's
you
the
could
most.
possibly pick.
It
Like,
is-
holy fucking shit.
It
Like,
is-
a black and red wolf? Dog, what
The
are
wolf.
you doing?
The wolf persona is definitely the most common one.
Yeah,
That is
like,
definitely the most common one.
why are you choosing the most generic, most like everybody is a fucking
you-
black and red wolf?
Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because he wants to show that he's an alpha. He's not a beta male. He's an alpha.
What?
He's the alpha wolf. He's the leader of his pack. He's signaling that he's an alpha to everybody, which would just support my theory that it's a sex thing. But okay, I don't know why you picked that. I mean, that's
Hey,
it
look,
is the
it's
most
his
common.
persona.
Speaking as a pseudo furry, what's a pseudo furry?
The fuck is a pseudo furry?
It's a closeted furry, dude. Just come out the closet. Come out the closet as a furry. It's 2024. That's not the weirdest thing you can come out as somehow. So no one's gonna care. Just be a furry. It's 1,000% a furry thing. Yeah. I mean, it's 1,000% a sex thing. Yeah. You have several furry friends. Well, you should come out of the closet. Tell your furry friends that you want to be a full-blown furry, and you'll probably get to fuck them. So there you go. Don't I get sweaty balls anyway? No. These things are usually well ventilated. I'm just saying, like, those fursuits don't look like, they just look like you just get sweaty walking around in them. Like, they don't look very well ventilated at all. They look hot. And then if you're trying to, I could just imagine, like, putting a flap on the front of one and trying to fuck in it. Oh my God, I'd overheat so fast.
Oh my god.
I'd have to take pills to stay hard. Like, I don't know how anybody can function in one of those. Props to the furry community for being able to fuck in those, because man, does that look uncomfortable.
I feel like they would just only wear the heads.
I enjoy, but I don't
and, like,
participate.
maybe that could work.
Yeah, there's some Marilyn Manson videos where girls are in bikinis only wearing the fursuit heads. So I could see that. By the way, Marilyn Manson was a furry.
Oh.
In case you were curious. I enjoy, but I don't participate. How do you enjoy being a furry without participating in being a furry first? I'm calling bullshit. I think you've tried it at least once. All I gotta ask is, when you were fucking in your fursuit the one time you tried it, but now you don't participate anymore, were you the top or the bottom? Well, you got 3 in your Discord. Ask how they fuck in them. Well, one of those 3 in the Discord says he doesn't fuck in it. So apparently I've only got 2 that fuck in their fursuits in the Discord. And you're right. Next time Fox is in here, I'm going to ask him how he fucks in his fursuit. How do you enjoy football without participating? Don't know. I don't enjoy football. I enjoy video games. I also participate in video games. I think you're right. If you enjoy something, you should participate in it. Otherwise, how are you enjoying it? But I see your point. There's a lot of, like, sports fans who couldn't, a lot of fat schlubby men who couldn't play. But I don't write video games. Yeah, I don't enjoy making video games. I enjoy playing video games. Just like you might not enjoy being the person filming the furry porn, but maybe you enjoy making it. What are you on right now? What's this copium, dude? Like, you don't have to, like, know how to make a thing. I enjoy Hot Pockets. I don't know how to make a Hot Pocket. I don't know how to do that from scratch. That's why I pay the Hot Pocket company to make my Hot Pockets. You know, like what is this cope? That applies to nothing. I see your point with the football. There's a lot of fat schlubby men who like football who can't play football. That being said, if you go up to any football fan and ask them if they've ever played a game of football, even once, they'll all say they have. Every football fan has at least tried to play football recreationally, even if they don't do it professionally. So when you say you enjoy furries but you don't participate, you've participated at least once to find out if you enjoyed it or not. That's the point I was making. That's my point. I don't do it. I just enjoy the energy. I think you've done it once. And it's fine. Just admit you did it once, and maybe it was too... God, why are you sending me this? I don't need to see that. I'm not showing that on stream. That fucking naked furry. Stop it, Waffle. Yes, you have participated in it. Good. That's all I got to say is, look, I tried it once. It was fun. I don't think I could do it every day. I even said, look, I'm not even a furry, and I even said if someone gave me a fucking $7,000 fursuit on the condition that I fucked in it one time, I'd try it. I'd try it. If you paid me money, I'd try it. I'd do a furry porn. I get to pick the furry I'm fucking, though. That's the stipulation. Death Witch picks the furry he's fucking. I think it would probably be like a bunny. Like a sexy bunny. Like a Playboy bunny. Oh, there we go. I got it now. See, I'm getting there. The wheels are spinning. You found a recipe to make Hot Pockets? I'm sure I could Google one, but it's not going to be the same as like a store-bought Hot Pocket. And I think what you're making at home isn't technically a Hot Pocket. I think what you're thinking of is called a calzone, and they're terrible. Anyway, back to this, Waffle. You ready? Oh no, I've lost Waffle.
Do you like Papa John's?
Yeah, they're all right. Not my favorite pizza place, but
If you have to order from there, because, like, let's say everybody only wants Papa John's but you, and you're just like, fine, we'll get Papa John's. The Papa Bites, those things that they just introduced, they're fucking delicious.
I might try those. I've been I got one of the guys that works with me, his side hustle is working at he works at his second job is working at a Pizza Hut, so I can get I learned I can get discounts if I order while he's working. So we've been ordering a lot of Pizza Hut lately. Pizza Hut's not bad. They got some pretty good stuff too.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna find the flavor that you should try, because there's one flavor that.
All right. Are you ready for this?
I have it. I have it open.
All right, here we go. Tax paperwork. Because you claiming $8,000 as income for taxes looks. Wait, yeah. Here's where I get into the court shit. And then you want to claim a child as a dependent? I stopped pulling punches right here. That's gonna look terrible in court. That's gonna look bad. That's gonna look real bad. That looks sus on paper. Oh man. And he goes silent. $8,000. That is less than $1,000 a month. So you're gonna go stand in front of a judge.
Everything you're saying makes fucking sense.
Your taxes are gonna say that because he's gonna look at your tax work. He ain't gonna care what your girlfriend's doing. She's not part of this court case. He don't give a fuck about her. He's gonna look at your tax work and he's gonna say, you made $8,000 last year, and you want to support a child? How? Give me a reason why I, as a judge, should give you custody of this child when you don't even make enough money to support yourself on paper. Facts. Spitting facts. Do you have an answer for that? Yep, I forced an answer out of him.
Right now, no.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's
you need an answer to that one. That's a major problem. So she's gonna wipe the floor with you in court if you don't have an answer for that one. That's like question one. We're not even getting into who treats the child better, who has a better living environment, et cetera, et cetera. We're just going, can you feed this fucker? Like let's start there. I will reiterate, when you go to custody court, and it looks even worse that you're the one filing for custody, and this is the money you're bringing to the table. That's also going to look bad. All right, Ryu. No, all right, just. I got to stop to just like. How is that where your brain went? How did you look at your situation? And remember, he's the one that started this custody hearing. He's the one requesting it. How did you not get all your ducks in a row first? How did you not look at your tax work and go, okay, I made $8,000. I bought a charger that's in my name, so that's going to show up. Yeah, I should have custody of a child. How is that the equation that came into your brain? Like, I don't even understand. And dollar menu. First of all, dollar menu every day. Okay, first of all, dollar menu doesn't exist. But even if dollar menu existed, and he's eating dollar menu every day, that's $3. let's
since before COVID.
Let's pretend there is, just for the sake of math. Let's pretend that there is. That's $3 for himself and $3 for the child per meal. So that's $6 per meal. You can do that 3 times a day? All right, what's that? 6, 12, that's $18 a day. 18 times 30. We'll just say 30, 30 days in a month. Yeah.
It's not going to be exact, but close.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be exact.
Yeah, that's a good round number. So you've got 24 raised to 2, so you've got $340 a month just in food to feed you and the child. So that's $340 just in food for that month if he's doing dollar menu every day. Now, he made $8,000 last year, so $8,000 divided by 12, that's $666. So half of his monthly income just got spent in food. He's still got to pay rent. He's still got to pay a car payment. He's still got to keep the lights on. He's still got to pay for the internet. He's still got to put gas in that car to go to work. And that's not even factoring in the expenses for the child. Cuz that doesn't dollar menu doesn't pay for diapers. Okay, dollar menu doesn't pay for doctor's visits. Dollar menu doesn't pay for daycare. Dollar menu doesn't pay for school supplies. Dollar menu doesn't pay for, all of the shit that comes with having a child. There's no fucking way he's getting this child. It's not happening. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I don't know what his ex's financial situation looks like, but I'm guessing she already has custody of the child and she is already taking care of it, which means the judge will go, sounds like he's doing fine where he's at. I'm just going to leave him there. I'm willing to bet, without knowing her or seeing any of her financial information, I'm willing to bet that she makes more than $8,000 a year.
Yeah.
It's a safe bet. I'm willing to bet
100%.
that. Like, he's not going to get past the opening.
Money on that.
He's not going to get past the opening statement in this court case. Like, the judge is going to open with, okay, who can afford to take care of the child? She can, you can't. Okay, it's done. She gets custody. That's it. Like, that's as quick as this court case is going to be. Because if you can't financially pay for the child, it doesn't matter how good of a dad you might have treated the kid or you might have been. Doesn't matter how good of a parent you think you are. If the kid's going to starve to death, it can't live with you. Simple as that. You're trying to put semi-logical logic into a non-logical situation. No, I think the problem is that you're using adult logic. And Icy has clearly gone into this. Again, Icy, if you're watching, I'm saying all of this as your friend because you need to grow up fast. Because you are going into this with child logic. You're looking at this going, she's a bad mom. I'd be better to the child. I should have it. And you have factored in nothing beyond that. Just because you think you would be a better parent to the child. I hate to break it to you, but in custody court, actual parenting of the child is the absolute last thing to come into play. There's like 8 other steps before that. There's financial, there's living environment. And I'm not talking about like how she treats him. I'm talking about like what kind of house do you live in? Is it safe for children? Are you living with a bunch of other people? Are you in a bad neighborhood? This kind of thing. Okay, then schooling comes into play. Education, health of the child. And all the way at the bottom of that list is parenting of the child. Because the government can't police how you parent. The only time the government steps in on your parenting style is when it becomes abusive. So that's their only question when it comes to parenting style is this person abusive? And unless she's abusing that child right now, they're not going to take that away from her on that ground and if that's the only thing you're saying is, well, I'd be a better parent, unless she's such a bad parent that she's physically abusing that child, it ain't happening. They're not going to care. But I do start to break to him in a minute. What happens if he is able to prove that she's an abusive parent and the child is unsafe with the mother, but he can't financially support it? Like, I show him what he's setting up this kid for, potentially. So, get ready for that. And keep your hand on the volume knob. I think I might yell a little bit here in a minute. So, volume warning. It's coming. Here we go.
Oh, you
I
like
can tell you
fucking
once it gets in front of a
screamed
judge,
at. Oh,
that
shit.
judge cares about one thing and one thing only. The best outcome for the child. That is it. And everything factors in and goes back to that. Do you make enough money to support the child? Will the child have a safe living environment? Is it a drug-free home? Or do you have a criminal? They get into the stuff about you as a person after they find out if you can. The first hurdle you have to get past is whether or not you can financially support this child. And then they go into okay, what's your daily routine like? Can you reliably get this child to school, get it an education, keep clothes on its back? Is it a safe environment? Then they go into what you're like as a person. Are you fit to raise it? Then all that other stuff comes. But before you even get to that shit, you have to prove you can pay for the damn thing first. It doesn't matter if you're the most upstanding citizen in the world. If you don't make enough money to afford to feed it, they're not going to give it to you. Doesn't matter if you're a better person than she is.
Yeah, that's all he's concerned about is that trying to prove he's a better person.
I know you, though. Last I checked, you weren't on any hard drugs. You're not a criminal. You'd be a pretty good dad.
So I'm gonna, I kind of give him some props here because I don't want to seem like I'm just shitting on him the whole time. So I try to make him feel a little better, and maybe he would be a better person, but that doesn't matter if you're
for the court. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that doesn't matter to the court. And that's why this whole thing, like him taking him to court, from an optic standpoint, this is going to look petty as shit. It looks like his only goal is not the child. It looks like his goal is just to prove she's a bad mom. He just looks like a guy who's mad at his ex. That's all this looks like, which is a bad look. I'm hoping that's not the only reason he's taking him to court. But he does sound like he's seriously mad by the ex. But yeah, chat, you're right. It one of two things happens, and I can't remember what his grandparents' situation is for the child, like his parents or his ex-girlfriend's parents. If he proves that she's unfit, and the court also says, well, you can't take care of it, you don't make enough money, then custody would probably go to grandparents if grandparents wanted it. Now, I can't remember if he told me the grandparents weren't involved or the grandparents weren't willing to take care of the kid. But if that happens, let's just say that happens. Let's say that the grandparents can't take care of the kid, the mother's unfit, and the father doesn't make enough money. What happens to the kid then? Foster care. Foster care is what happens. So you're putting your kid in a position where he could potentially end up in foster care just so you can prove on paper that your ex-girlfriend is a bad person? Because that's what it looks like you're trying to do. That's what it looks like your goal is. It looks like your goal is just to prove that she's a bad person. Because remember, he started this conversation not about his child, about her accusing him of something. He didn't take her to court for custody of the child because she did something to the child or anything involving the child. He took her to court over custody because they argued about money and she accused him of SA. It was all about her. And the court will notice that. Fuck, I noticed it, like right off gate. So, just keep that in the back of your mind. Just putting that in there. Jesus, man. All right, let's keep going. But you got to be able to pay for it.
Fucking Christ.
So you got to find a way to fix that. What'd your lawyer say?
That even factoring in all the income and everything, because I've got video evidence, I've got text message evidence.
He goes right back to the accusation. Yeah, he didn't answer my question.
Showing that she has zero interest to actually be a mother to him.
Okay, hold on. I gotta stop right there. I didn't catch it at the time, and I'm mad at myself for not catching it at the time. What he said just made no fucking sense.
What did he say? Because you were kind of talking over it.
Okay, he said, well, I asked him what his lawyer said. He didn't tell me what the lawyer said. He just immediately went into the accusations that she made against him, and he went into that. What I was asking him was, what did the lawyer say about your chances of winning, about your position? Like, the lawyer should have told you, hey, you need to do this, this, and this before we even stand a chance. Like, the accusation shouldn't have been the only thing him and the lawyer talked about. But he basically said that the lawyer told him that he agrees with him and that that girl has zero interest of being a mother. That makes no sense. That cannot be the case. If that girl had zero interest of being a mother to this child, and here she has a guy who's on the birth certificate willing to take that burden off of her hands, she would have just given him custody outright. She would have been like, oh, thank God, here, you take it. If that were the case. So the fact that she's not only got custody of the child, but she's not willing to give it up, that alone proves she has interest in being a mother. That argument holds no weight. It makes no sense.
Bro.
And if his lawyer told him that, you have a bad lawyer. That is the blatantly obvious first step. Like, any judge is going to go, well, if she didn't want to be a mother, why does she want custody? Hold on, I don't understand. What you're saying contradicts the fact that she wouldn't even be here if she didn't want to be a mother. She would just give you the child. Like, she would have had a scot-free way to rid herself of this burden. That makes no sense. Of course she wants to be a mother to the child. She's keeping it. She doesn't want to give it to you on the few occasions she does let you keep him, and she's fighting to get him back and to keep him full-time when you're taking her to court. Of course she wants to be a mother. It sounds like you just sound like a guy who's mad at his ex. This doesn't sound like it's about the child for Icy at all. And I realize of all the people that could like yell at him in this Discord, I'm probably the only one he should listen to because I'm the only other one with kids. Mm-hmm. He would probably fight back if it were you or Enjoy or Fox or somebody else giving him the speech, despite the fact that you would all be 100% right. He could always lean back on the, well, you guys don't have kids, so you don't understand. I got kids, and I can tell you right now, nothing you're doing is the way I would do it. Nothing you're saying makes sense. Anyway, yeah, this is where I'm about to yell because I'm about to lose it on him because that doesn't make sense to me. Like, he just broke my brain again. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you'll get custody. No, I'm still being nice to him right now. You may have. I mean, what did the lawyer say about your income? That's the big issue right now. I'm less concerned about her weird. I gloss over it just so I don't have to yell at him because those aren't going to go anywhere. Thank you. They're Marvel. Thank you, guys. So, like, what did he say when he saw your income? No, that's what I want to know. Like, what was his response to that?
Just saying, as long as both you and your fiance together can financially support the child, there's not an issue.
All right, then you got to be able to prove that, because if you can't prove, so here's how this works. If you can't prove that you can financially support the child, and let's say you go to court and you prove that she has no interest in raising the child, that she's unfit to raise that child. Let's say you're able to prove that. You're right, chat. That's what he should have done, and I'll explain to you why he didn't. You're right. This shouldn't be a custody case. This should be not defamation. Defamation's financial. This should be a slander case because she is slandering his reputation by saying he SA'd her. And he should be suing her over that. This should be a lawsuit, not a custody case. The reason Icy's making it a custody case is because he knows she wants to be a mother. So he's hitting her where it hurts, her child. You're absolutely right, and this makes it look like he's using the courts as a weapon to attack his ex-girlfriend. And that's exactly the way they're going to see it. A guy who has zero chance of getting custody is taking her to court for custody just so he can prove to a court she's a bad person. He's attacking her on the thing she cares about the most because he's that mad at her. Because if this was really about the allegations and her accusing him of shit, this would be a slander case. He would have sued her. But you drug the child into this. Because you knew she cared. Yeah, this sounds extremely like the more I think about it, the more I hear it, the more petty this sounds. And any judge worth his salt is gonna like see through this immediately. Like those are just facts. Like I hate to be the guy to tell him how the court system works, but I've been through it a few times. Not specifically custody court, but I've been through the court system a few times for various different reasons, including an IRS audit and other shit that I played witness to. Like, those are stories for another time. That's had an interesting run with the court system. No crimes I committed. I'm not a criminal. But I found myself in a few situations that led me into a courtroom. I had a fun college experience. Anyway, back to this. Then the judge looks at you and go, okay, well, can you raise the child?
I ain't heard that
and
one.
if you can't prove that you can afford to raise that child, now the judge is in a position where he goes, okay, well, the mother's a shitty mother. She's not fit to raise this child. But the father isn't ready to raise a child yet. In the meantime, I've still got a child I need to house. What do I do with it? And if both parents aren't suitable options, what does that mean, Icy? You're right. Hey, Ghost. This is next level, but my first run-in with the court system was a level beyond this one. That is a story for another time because I was the recipient of someone way more petty than Icy's being right here. And I haven't talked about it in a very long time because it's kind of an emotional thing. So that's a story I'll have to sit down and be ready to tell. But yeah, it's my first run-in with the courts I was wildly unprepared for, and that's how I learned so much about the court system, because I lost the first time. I lost hard and paid a price for it. And I swore I would never do that again. Like, I am never walking into a court unprepared. I become autistic when someone takes me to court. I become obsessed, and I basically focus on nothing but that trial until it's over. So I'm probably the worst person you want to take to court because of it. But yeah.
Why don't you become a lawyer?
My wife's asked me that a few times. My first run-in with court, it's like I said, it's an emotional thing because it involves the death of a friend. So, like I said, this is petty compared to that. That was next level petty because someone died in the process. So it's a story I'm not ready to tell right now, but some other time. Anyway, let's go back to Icy.
I'm aware.
Yeah. Let's.
Okay. Just so that you're aware. What you need to do is you need to have your girlfriend's. You need to have. Well, I mean, two options. One is.
Just breaking down.
It's maybe too late for this one because it's past tax season, so you won't have tax work to back it up. I would say one, you two need to just go down to the courthouse and get married. You can do your ceremony later. Because once you're married, then you're joint filing taxes and her income becomes your income. I think we're past that point now because you've already filed taxes. So the other option is to have her every month, like she needs to go to the bank, set up auto pay, whatever it is that she needs to do to have the same amount of money get donated to your Twitch channel at the same time every month. And you're going to lose a little bit of money in this process, by the way. It's not much, but you're going to lose 2-3% because Twitch is going to take their cut before they pay it back out to you. So you're basically using Twitch as a middleman. Twitch or Streamlabs or whatever, donation service you want to use. You're using them as a middleman. So then it looks like you make your money live streaming. And she just donates it to you.
And you don't even have to say it's coming from her. You can just say make your money streaming, whatever. Because if you do it through Twitch or through Streamlabs or through wherever, they're going to send you tax work to go with the amount of money you've earned at the end of the year. So you'll have tax paperwork showing that you have a second source of income outside your job, and that second source of income is live streaming. Even though you're not really live streaming right now, as long as money's coming in on that live streaming platform, on paper it'll look like you are. It'll look like you're making money doing that. So you just get her to keep paying you those donations every month. Those donations, she pays the donation to Streamlabs or whatever. They take their cut and then they pay it back to you. Just make sure that she donates before the payout date every month. So you lose a little bit of money for that service, but that service creates a paper trail for you. And now you've got paperwork to show that you got paid. There's a reason why anytime anyone owes me money, I make them pay me back on my Twitch stream. Sorry, Waffle. They could cash at me the money, sure. And I'd get 100% of that money. I take the hit
Fine.
of 2 or 3% or whatever it is, so I can put it on my taxes. You know, Waffle and Enjoy both owe me about $150 right now, and they're both gonna give it back to me through donating on Twitch, because I want that. I want to write that off on my taxes. I want that as income.
The fucking streamception. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Ghost. We're watching my conversation last night on stream, and I'm breaking down like the advice I was given to Icy, because normally I don't do this. I don't watch back my own advice to make sure I gave good advice. But considering what's at stake with his advice, I want to make sure that he has all the tools that he needs. Trying to make sure that I do right by him, even though it kind of looks like I'm shitting on him right now on the stream because he's made just so many fucking mistakes right here. But he's basically going to court to try to get custody of his child, and he's making a lot of mistakes along the way, and I don't want to see him lose access to his child. At this point, I don't think he's going to get custody. He's got a long way to go to get there. At best, I think he can hope for joint custody or visitation rights. I'm just trying to make sure that he has access to his child in some capacity. I don't think he's going to get full custody. But I think he has a fighting chance of getting, at the very least, visitation rights, once a week or something to, at least see his kid and be part of his kid's life. So that's what I'm trying to help him get. But this going after your wife, your ex-wife, your ex-girlfriend, whatever she is, going after her character, and then still expecting to get visitation rights after trying to character assassinate her in court, it's not going to happen. Because the ball is going to be in her court then. She's not going to grant you visitation. She's just going to want child support from you. Right now, he's on track to walk away from this with a bill, not a child. Like the opposite of what he's trying to get. So, yeah, it's a lot to unpack, but we're going through it because rewatching it now and rethinking about it after the fact, there's a few things I missed and a few things I could give to him later next time he shows up on stream, which may be a while. I'm going to have to end up sending him a DM because I don't think he's going to want to come back for a while after this. This did not go the way I think he thought it was going to go. This definitely didn't go the way he thought it was going to go.
Why does he ever think to come in here and tell you shit? Like, you're just gonna tell him what the fuck he's doing wrong.
Well, because up until now,
he does so much wrong. If he was just normal, honestly,
up until now, I've been treating Icy with kids' gloves. I've been pulling my punches with him pretty hard. I've been biting my tongue. I've been rather nice with my replies. I've been pulling my punches. I have not yelled at him or gotten into screaming matches with him. He has not gotten anywhere close to the fights me and you have had. And you haven't done anything remotely close to the level of just what the fuck that he's done.
Oh yeah.
So I've been overly nice to him in hopes that he'll just come around. I'm trying to give it, sugarcoat it and give it to him softly. This is what you need to do, and just kind of be level-headed, kind of God, I hate to say this because it's going to make him sound bad, but kind of like an adult talking to a child.
Like, I talk to him the way I talk to my children, in hopes that he'll learn a lesson and he'll come around. And God, this is going to make him sound even worse, but he's having more trouble learning the lessons than my children are having. So I'm going to have to be rougher. And that's kind of what happened during this stream. I had enough. I took the gloves off for a minute. I didn't take both gloves off. I took like one glove off. I did like the whole, French take one glove off. I challenge you to a duel, and then just slapped him in the face with it a little bit. Because, I mean, he's just... You're
he
fucking
just
up.
Wiggled out on his nose.
Yeah, because if he keeps going down the path he's going, it's gonna get worse. And it doesn't sound. That's why I kept pushing him to tell me, like, what did your lawyer tell you? And he goes into the allegation with his wife. I'm like, I don't care what the lawyer said about your ex-girlfriend. What did he say about your finances? What did he say about your odds of winning? What did he say about you raising this child? Your chances of getting custody? I care about the custody case. I don't care about you fucking, making your ex-girlfriend look bad. I don't give a shit about that. I care about what he said about the child. And he never answered that question. He just immediately made it about a case against his ex-wife. I'm like, well, are you suing your ex-wife or are you going for custody? Like, which one are we doing? Because I'm confused. So either there's some stuff there. I hope there's some stuff there the lawyer is telling you that you're not telling me. I'm hoping there's some stuff the lawyer said that you didn't tell me. Because if the lawyer is doing the same thing you're doing and just focusing on the ex-wife and going, well, we'll just prove you're a better person and that'll be enough. He is a shitty lawyer and that is not going to work. As a man trying to get full custody of a child, you're already fighting an uphill battle.
Bro, has he not heard the horror stories?
Yeah, men very rarely get custody. It usually goes to the mother. So you're already fighting an uphill battle and having to beat a stigma, since you love to complain about stigmas. You're already fighting that stigma. That single dudes can't raise kids. Because yes, there's a stigma around that. That's why there's more single mothers than single fathers. Because mothers usually get custody. So that's where my mind went and what I'm focused on, and he just seems to be 100% focused on his ex and making her look bad. And that's going to do more harm than good in this case. Like, he has to remove his emotion from this case. Like, he needs to be able to separate those two. He needs to remove his relationship with her, and it needs to be just about the child. He cannot bring his relationship with the mother into this. It's not about her. It's about the child. And that's what the judge is going to say. I'm not worried about y'all's relationship. Y'all's relationship is over. I'm not worried about you two. I'm worried about the child. That's all they care about. And that should be all he's focused on, too. Oh, he's definitely not over her. That much is very clear. You're right. He's definitely not over her.
100%.
She asked for a nude, so I sent her a pic of Joker gently embracing an impregnated crazy frog, and she blocked me. Then I realized she wanted a nude of my body. I, a fool, sent one of my soul. Oh, like...
Bro, that's icy right there. That's icy.
Alright, as fun as it is to clown on him, I'm actually trying to help the kid. Oh, man. He's in a rough spot, though. And this is going to be... Anyway, I think this is wrapping up, but let's see. Y'all listen to where he ended on this, and just tell me. I want, like, viewer response from Icy and from chat. Like, I want viewer response. Let me know if it sounds like I got through to him. Because he gets quiet a lot. And just listen to the tone of his voice and let me know. Is this the tone of someone who's given up, or is he just done with me? Like, I couldn't personally tell. So, I just need to know if I got through here. I don't know if I can make it any closer. Hive, I don't know if I can. Sorry, I'm giving... Oh, sorry, we're having a little brainstorming session, I guess we'd call it, about how to deal with a court case. I'm not, and I'm not trying to give you shit, man. I'm giving you these speeches because I don't want to see you fuck this up. Because you only get one shot at this, and I want to make sure that you've got all your ducks in a row before you step foot in that courtroom. And I mean, your lawyer is going to help with that too, but your lawyer doesn't know everything. And you have to be willing to tell them everything, even the embarrassing shit. Otherwise, he can't help you properly prepare. So, I'm just giving you the possible pitfalls you may be walking into if you don't give this lawyer every single piece of information that he needs. And I mean everything. Even all the shitty relationship stuff, all the embarrassing financial stuff.
Thank you, Soldier.
Tell him you bought a charger. Like every purchase you've made, every dollar you've earned, every conversation between you and the ex, everything has to go to that lawyer. And I mean everything. He's basically your fucking therapist at this point.
Yeah, because part of the thing that they had sent me is a financial affidavit, and on there, I did put down the money that she sends me every month. It does total into that.
Yeah, which it's good that you put that in there. I'm just letting you know that they're going to ask for proof of all this stuff when you actually go to court. Like, you're going to have all those documents. And her giving you stuff doesn't really have a document attached to it other than, like, maybe a receipt.
Bank statement.
Yeah, other than maybe a bank statement. And even that, the argument there from a judge, and I know because my wife's already been through this, is that that's not technically a source of income because it can be ripped away from you at any moment. It's not. It's essentially considered charity. But when you do it through somewhere like Twitch, Twitch is taxable and is considered income. People do Twitch as a job. People don't beg for money from their fiancés as a job, you know? Like, that's not a job. So that's like you not only have to think about what you're showing the judge and what you're presenting to your lawyer, you also have to think about how her lawyer can make it
be considered tax fraud?
Because that's going to be her lawyer's job. Wait, can what be considered tax fraud?
Could that be because it's all through one person and you're basically doing it essentially to like
what the Twitch thing?
Yeah.
No. It's only considered tax fraud if he's not actually doing the job. So he has to stream the required 1 day a month on Twitch to get that monthly payout. But there's no law that says you can't get all of your donations from one person. As long as you're streaming when they do it, it was earned during that live stream. And there are plenty of streamers who have whales who pay the majority of their income. Like how the fuck DSP makes a living. He's got whales. He's got like 2 or 3 people who pay all of his income. And that's totally fine. But you do have to actually stream on the platform that your tax is going to represent. So he needs to stream on Twitch if he's going to, get the payout through Twitch or Kick or wherever he's partnered with. Probably Twitch. I think he's an affiliate there. So he would have to stream on Twitch for the required number of hours a month he has to stream. He could do it all in one day or he could space it out. But he has to stream the minimum number of hours to be considered a streamer, and she has to donate while he's live. And that's it. So now he's got video evidence of the donations coming through. Doesn't matter if it's the same screen name every time. Doesn't fucking matter. He can just say he's got a super fan. Whatever. Doesn't matter. As long as he is streaming and he earned that money while streaming, it's on the up and up. It's tax fraud if he doesn't stream.
What if he sent himself the money? Like that he gave her?
I'm not sure about that. But since they're not married, as long as it didn't come from his bank account and then go back into his bank account, I think he's in the clear. I don't think there's a problem there. I think it might be fraud if he's donating to himself, or even worse, doing ghost donations and faking donations for the sake of, court documents. Yeah, that would be fraud. But if she's legitimately paying him, $2,000 a month in donations, and they're going from her bank account, someone who's not financially tied to him because they're not married, into his bank account.
That answers my question.
Yeah, because they're not married. And that's the whole problem with him claiming her as a source of income. And what I was trying to point out there is she can walk away tomorrow and that source of income disappears. And that's exactly what the defense lawyer is going to say on his ex-girlfriend's side is that's not a source of income. That's charity. It could be ripped away from him at any moment. She's not married to him. She's not financially liable for Icy. She's not legally required to give him anything. And if she walks away, he gets nothing. This is why that's a bad source of income. Like, it needs to go through something taxable. So your two options are get married, but if he gets married tomorrow, that's not going to show on his tax documents because his tax documents are from last year. So, and the money she's giving him, yeah, he put it on the affidavit, but it's not contracted. Like, there's no contract that says she has to pay you that money. It's charity, essentially. And charity isn't income. That's considered nonprofit. It's charity. So you can't claim that as income. So the judge is just going to dismiss that. Like, a defense lawyer would have no problems shooting that one down and just making that an irrelevant part of the case. So he would definitely have to find a way to make it more official. And having her become a fan of his Twitch stream, I mean, it is kind of sad that your only fan is your fiance, but it's not illegal. So you're in the clear. You know, from a streaming perspective, it is sad that your only fan is the, girl you're fucking, but not illegal. So fine. That's personally what I would have done. I mean, that's personally how I get everyone to pay me, just so I can get a little bit back at the end of the year on taxes too. But if my mother-in-law lends me $20, I get her to donate it to my Twitch stream. She's never watched me stream, but she knows how to donate to my Twitch stream. So, it's fine. You're going to present that and say, well, my fiance pays me this every month, so we have joint income, and her lawyer's gonna
Thank you, Soldier. Well, Your Honor, they're not legally married. She has no obligation to pay for this child.
That's all the
her
stuff
income
I'm saying
should be
now.
factored into this. She could leave tomorrow, and there's nothing you can do about it. And the judge would go,
yeah, but just listen to his response
if
when
they
he
were
finally
married,
responds.
then if she left tomorrow, you'd have to go through a divorce, where then there would be a proceeding, and there would be payouts and blah, blah, blah. But if you're not married, she can just up and leave, take her money with her, and you're left with nothing. And that would be her lawyer's response to that, I would imagine. Is him just going, that's not income. But if it came from Twitch, and then you've got paperwork showing that, oh, I live stream video games at night on Twitch or YouTube or Kick or wherever, and they're paying me this much. And I'm getting that through donations. And those donations, you don't have to tell them they all came from one person. They could be coming from thousands of people. They don't fucking know. All they know is that platform has taxable income it's paying you every month. And no lawyer could really argue with that because it's legal, it's taxable, and it's considered income. Good to go. So you just kind of avoid that argument altogether by incorporating that middleman into her paying of your bills. So I would recommend doing that from now on, going forward. Just any dime she has that she wants to give to you, she needs to do it through Twitch. Donate it to your Twitch, through Streamlabs, through Twitch, through whatever, and then have them pay you. So you've got some paperwork to back it all up. Because that is worth its weight in gold. I don't know if you've ever been to court, but I have a few times. I can tell you what's worth its weight in gold in a courtroom, and that's paperwork. Paperwork and legal documentation.
Bring the receipts.
No lawyer can argue with that shit. Get every fucking thing in writing and make sure it's legal. Legal and notarized if possible. Mags, I don't think you're ready.
Oh.
I don't think you're ready.
Sorry, go on a tangent. I got distracted. I'm going to let this play, though, because it's important for...
Back again.
Yeah, I don't think
I
Max
know
is ready
Max
for a big dick death witch here. You know, this right here. This is marriage ruining potential. Okay, if he's got a boyfriend,
Max pops in every now and then.
yeah. Because if you got a boyfriend, I can tell you right now, all viewers watching, ladies or men, you got a boyfriend, and you were given a night with Death Witch, you no longer have a boyfriend. Okay, you just forgot about him.
Facts.
Became your new obsession.
Spitting facts.
He's spitting facts.
Well, my wife is not opposed to joining in. That is definitely a possibility. She got a strap on now too. She it's a big one. Not for me, for the ladies to join us. Single and not looking for a relationship. You just want to get destroyed. I think between me and my wife, your destruction is at hand. What's up, Rio? I think we do talk to IC a little bit more. Sorry. Every word of what I just said was true. Okay? Every word of that was true. No, I was trying to get trying to let it play until Icy responds, because his whole demeanor and tone of voice has changed after our little conversation, and he kind of just doesn't want to play video games with me at this point, because I was ready to start like, hey, let's do some Fortnite or something, because I know he popped in there for a reason, and it wasn't just to tell me stuff and then run away. But yeah, he immediately runs away and comes up with an excuse why he has to leave. I know you didn't just pop in to say, hey, like, you wanted to play something, and I was trying to play video games with him, but yeah, this clearly changed his mood, and I'm trying to find out, like, did it change his mood because, like, reality set in and he realizes, oh shit, I'm in over my head, I should listen, and maybe things are going to change? Or is he just angry and dismissing everything I'm saying, in which case nothing's gone through? I'm hoping it's not the latter, because if it's him dismissing me, I think the only way I might be able to get through to him is I'm gonna have to end up
like 2 fucking words, dog. He's like,
yeah. I'm wondering how much of it got through, because the only other option I think I have left, the only other play I have left in my book, is to tell the story of my first time in court. The first time I ever stepped foot in a courtroom. I won't get into the whole story right now. I don't want to tell it if I don't have to. But the moral of this story is basically, I walked into court with the exact fucking attitude that Icy has right now. I thought I had the moral high ground. I thought everything I was doing was right. I thought it would be obvious to the judge. I didn't bring any paperwork with me. I had long hair down past my shoulders at the time. I didn't even bother to get a haircut. Like, I showed up the way Icy is probably about to show up. And I got the fucking book thrown at me. It was a shit show. Everything that could have possibly gone wrong did. Even stuff I thought would be obviously false, the judge bought. Like, everything that could go wrong did. And I paid the price for it. And that was the first and last time I would ever let that happen. So I'm trying to help him not learn the lesson the hard way. And if it was just him, I'd probably let him go through what I went through, because it's a sobering, eye-opening experience that, yeah, like, this is reality slapping you in the face. This is when shit gets real and the real world just, like, slapped you in the face, kid. But in his case, the life of a child now also hangs in the balance. So that's where my mind's going. So I don't want him to have to go through that, just because it means that he's going to lose access to a child in the process, and that seems like a little too steep a punishment for me. I didn't have a kid at the time, so that wasn't, I was fucking 19, 20 years old at the time. So I was a dumb kid. I was a dumb kid who didn't do anything wrong, by the way. I just walked into the courtroom the wrong way, and it looked terrible and ended terrible. But anyway, let's see. Does he Does he actually like say anything? Well, he says something before he leaves. Just listen to what he says and tell me. You guys tell me what you think. Did I get through, or am I gonna have to have an uncomfortable reliving of history to hopefully lead by example here? Let's find out. This alone could destroy you, but you know, if I get tired, I'll just tag my wife in. Boom. Destruction imminent. Start hearing that fucking sound effect from. Oh yeah, I have a soundboard now. You start hearing that sound. Oh, I start using my soundboard too. For Metal Gear Solid. Didn't I add that one in? Yep.
Oh, alert.
yeah, the pants drop and it's. Oh shit.
Bruh.
I was about to click the same fucking one too.
Yeah, I added a bunch of good ones here. And then my wife will whip her tits out and your response is.
I haven't talked to fucking Mags in almost 4 or 5 months now.
Yeah. But you know what it means when your girlfriend's the one paying most of the bills, right, Icy? Oh, there it comes.
This is why you're fucking poor.
I'm a comedic genius. I like my soundboard. This is why you're fucking poor.
Yeah, I use voice mod for mine.
Oh. Yeah, well, adding it to Discord like this means anyone who joins the Discord. By the way, guys, good reason to join the Discord. You get access to the soundboard you can use in any other Discord. So you can take cool intros like
What's up there, Chomo?
into other Discords. The enjoy intro. Go in there and you can watch other gamers doing their thing and be like,
Fuck! You guys are doing good. When did we have?
can enter in there and be like,
Hey, hi, how are you? What's your name? What's your pronoun?
all right.
Ta-ta there, retard.
You use the R word.
But he did.
You use the R word. I can't tell if I got through to him or not. You need to join and get spammed by dick pics? Whoa. All right.
Me either.